Shout out to my boy Trent, Dale, Isabel, Emmanuel. Who else am I missing? That's it for now.
Yes.
Like, no matter what, you're not getting, Ian, what about, no, we're not doing that because I'm doing this right now.
Mhm.
And I don't have that ability whatsoever.
Right.
I mean,
Committed to it.
I'm fluid, but he's going.
So now that she's 16, she just took it a couple of nights ago, and hers is actually words of affirmation.
Hey guys, if it's crazy,
Go now.
Hey guys, welcome to the Family Mess. I'm Noah, and have a nice day.
I love the Family Mess. Oh,
Welcome to the Family Mess. I'm your host, Ian, and this is my wife and co-host, Natalie. The Family Mess, the podcast about life with kids and all things adulting. Let's talk. Natalie, how are you?
Ian,
Beautiful.
don't try to butter me up this morning. I ain't got time. I am having bad allergies. It's been a rough week.
We've had a rough week. No, dead this week. Just both of us dead this week. Kids, my God, I don't know where to start first.
Allergies.
Natalie is getting old. Listen why. Because I'm the one that has asthma and allergies, and I'm taking care of this like a man, you know, taking medicine. Natalie's dying in the bed every day and night. Can't even do nothing. Sneezing, coughing. All the toilet paper tissues gone.
And it is allergies because it's all clear. So
I told you it was
I'm
allergies.
not contagious. So I don't
Yeah,
have
I told
any
you it was
contagions
allergies.
that are going around.
Man, I told you it was allergies. You gotta take care of yourself.
Yeah, I'm hoping I recover because I got my cruise coming up.
Are you gonna go on that cruise with that virus out there?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going on the cruise.
I think you should. Don't listen to none of your friends. Listen,
know,
you ain't gonna get sick.
My friend texted me yesterday. She's like, Nat, I don't think you should be going on that cruise with that virus going around. And I'm just thinking like, I don't know. I may go. I may not. I don't know.
I think the media has, I'm not saying the virus isn't bad, but I think the media really is blowing a lot of this out of proportion, and they're putting people into a panic.
It's very true because with the flu, more people die from the flu
Yes.
than they have died from the coronavirus.
And who do we have in the studio today?
We have our special guest. We have a guest that Ian brought in today.
Oh, this is my
Ian's
guest.
friend.
Yes.
Not my family. It's one of Ian's longtime friends.
I feel
Ian,
special
introduce your friend to
about
everybody.
This should I call you your Instagram name? Rita?
It's Rita.
Well, her name on Instagram or Facebook is Rita. We've known each other for
A long time since eighth
Since-
grade.
since
Middle school.
It's
sixth
middle
grade.
since sixth grade in
Sixth grade.
Millwee.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's how long it's been. Can you believe this?
That's a throwback.
Yes.
That's a long. I don't know anybody that long. How many friends do you have you've known that long in middle school? Well, I shouldn't ask you.
I have quite a few.
I was about to say I shouldn't ask you because you know everybody.
I do.
That's not fair.
That's because I grew up around here.
Yeah.
And now with Facebook, of course, and stuff. So I know a lot of people.
But you know what? I do. I wish I did see a lot more people I grew up with still. It does make you feel comfortable when you see them around town and stuff. You're like, oh, you're still here.
It's very true.
But man, as we get older, man, it just disappears more and more.
But you're right, though, Natalie, with Facebook, it really makes it easier to stay in contact with people. And yeah, I've connected. I think that's how
that's
I
how we
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how we. Well, Facebook is the devil. And so as it does, it brings you in contact with everybody. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know.
It's got its pros and cons.
Yeah.
It's a blessing and a curse.
I mean, we're going to the What the F reunion tonight.
Oh, yeah, our 25
Did you see
year.
that, Rita?
I did not.
Yeah. What?
I missed it.
I told her I mentioned it earlier about the reunion.
Yeah,
party
I'm
thing.
going. It's going to be at the Hourglass tonight. So I'm gonna try to be a dork. And
Of
show
course,
up.
Ian's going to go. He always goes to all the high school stuff. I got to see everybody. Everybody knows Ian, the goofy guy.
Nobody knows me away from. The only
Ian
thing-
was the lone black soccer player. Everybody knew you, Ian.
I was awesome. Okay, don't
In
don't
your
hate.
own mind,
I
you were
was.
awesome.
There was. Well, there was barely any black players really at that
Well,
time.
that's what I'm saying. So
I
that's
mean-
what helps you to be known. That's not a bad thing. It is what it is.
But you know what's crazy now? If you look at these soccer teams, there's black players.
Sure.
In high school teams now, soccer's a thing. Like it's not. Oh, soccer's
before it was like
boring.
a Caribbean thing, kind of before.
Well, before, not even a Caribbean thing. It just wasn't even.
Well,
no one even cared about
Well,
it.
I'm saying as a
you're right.
black person who played,
Yeah.
it was a Caribbean thing because most black people who are from America, they don't play basketball and football.
Well, yeah,
in the Caribbean, soccer,
They're from
football
Europe.
is
They're
a big
probably from
thing.
Europe or South America or the Caribbean. Yeah, that's
just-
correct.
That's where soccer is more popular.
That is correct. Yeah, but yeah, that's yes, I was the only black lone guy, and the water polo team too. Don't forget that I played water polo. If Ryan Boulay is listening right now, yes, I played with him. and I sucked.
Call the man out like that.
I didn't call it. It's a good thing.
No, but
Name
still,
names
I
every
know,
day.
I forgot.
Calling people
I
out.
shouldn't be naming names unless I get permission first.
There you go.
My bad.
Maybe you can edit out the boule and just say
I am
Ryan.
not. And I'm gonna call him. Like, I called your name in the podcast today. Take it or leave it. That's it. I'm not gonna.
Oh, that's so funny. I know when I met you, though, you were the quiet, shy.
Yeah, I was.
Really?
Oh
Kid in
yes.
the corner.
You know I'm really still that shy person. Just because I sound like I'm confident doesn't mean I really am on the inside.
Oh, you're a faker.
That's right. Because you got to fake it to make it sometimes. You do. I mean, you can't sit there and let that stop you.
Right.
From doing what you need to do to be successful. So
Okay, then.
I do prefer to be alone most of the time, but I know I can't because Natalie won't allow it.
What the heck?
Because then we go further apart in our relationship
Gosh.
if I remain too lonely.
That's funny.
That
So-
is funny. That sounds crazy.
Doesn't it sound crazy?
He is not an introvert by any means. Don't
I
let
am
him
an
fool you.
introvert.
He is not.
I am.
Ian-
I just like talking to people.
That's an extrovert.
Oh, no,
you
I'm
get
not
your
an
energy from talking.
Well,
you get
no,
so
no, no, no.
excited.
Well, I'm a mixture between the two. I'm a blend. You know what I'm saying? Can't you be a blend?
A hybrid,
Yes,
if you will.
I'm a blend because really I prefer. Like when I went to Colorado by myself. Remember for like a week.
You didn't even want to go. I had to force you to go.
That's an introvert thing, not wanting to go by myself. See, right? Extroverts just go by themselves. They go travel by themselves. They do everything by themselves. Introverts don't want to go and be alone by themselves. Wait, that
Yes,
doesn't make
they
sense.
do.
They do want. See,
I was like, actually, they do. Introverts want to be
damn,
alone.
I don't know what the hell I am right now.
You're
I guess
confused.
you're a confused hybrid.
Oh man!
got problems.
Don't give her 5.
We were agreeing on your
Don't give her 5.
problems.
Oh,
But it's all good though. So
oh.
I don't know, but hold on. Back to my virus thing though. So Rita, what do you think? Should I go on this cruise? Do you think I should go?
Yeah, where is the cruise going to?
I'm going to Mexico for 5 days. It's like a real estate cruise. I've been looking forward to it for like 8 months. It's really on my mind.
Don't be a punk ass. Just go.
I really do agree. I think you should go. I think it's something you shouldn't let this hold you back because honestly, it's not a matter of if this is going to become a problem. It's when.
Right.
So all you can do is just be safe and be mindful.
Somebody
And
on the cruise already has this virus.
Right, but I'm just going. She just said be mindful, and that's something that you're here to talk about today, right? Is having a certain mindset, and I appreciate your thoughts on the virus thing because I know how you are with mindset and changing lives and all that kind of stuff. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself and
Yes.
and what you want to talk about today?
Thank you. I want to thank you both for inviting me on the podcast. My name is Rita Bach, as Ian said. I am a certified life coach and a motivational speaker. And so I really help my clients with crushing those self-limiting beliefs that we've been told, a lot of falsities growing up, and really achieving those next level goals.
Man, when you talk, I feel happy.
Maybe you need to sign up.
I'm hearing her talking. I'm like, my gosh, she just sounds so. What is it?
I appreciate
My
that.
goodness.
I like her. I've never met her before till this morning, but
Really?
I like her. And she's a very pretty lady. I just want to tell you that.
I
And you have a
appreciate
beautiful
that.
smile. I was talking to her and I was like, oh my gosh, she's cool. Like,
I bet
I
you.
just told her half my life
You
in
know
like
what?
10 minutes.
You know what? Your smile is what gets you a lot of people. Is your smile because you're? No, I'm telling you.
Thank
When you
you.
smile, I've been told this too. When you smile, people gravitate towards you because the smile is something special.
Oh.
And not everybody does it. You know, and so it comes natural for some people, and some people it doesn't.
This
So.
is true. I've
some
been
have
told.
the RBF, so
My husband suffers from that.
He's got RBF
Oh,
out.
does he?
He totally suffers
Oh,
from that.
man.
He's such a nice guy,
Oh,
good-hearted,
man.
great personality. But people will tell me throughout the years after
Is
they
he
get
mad?
to know him,
Is he mad?
they'll say, "Man, your husband's actually a nice guy." He's like, "What does that
But his
mean?"
pictures make him look like Thug Life,
I
right?
said, it's that face.
RBF.
It's I don't know. It's resting. It's active. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. Oh, that is funny.
I don't know. But it's true though. Some people say too that your smile is your business card.
Yeah,
So
I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, so continue. I'd like to hear more about
So one of the
your
things,
focus here.
thank you, that I work with my clients a lot about is that, especially as we age, right, we start to believe the falsities that we were told. So the way that we were brought up. So Natalie,
Definitely.
right, you were brought up in a Jamaican household, West
Yep.
Indian Caribbean, as was I,
As was I.
as was Ian.
Crazy.
And so anybody
the
else.
Caribbean connection up in here.
That's
right.
right.
That's
Sorry.
right.
That's right. We're wearing a big C on our
That's
shirts.
right.
Caribbean.
That's right.
But in doing that, I mean, our culture is very different, right? So I did
Yes.
a couple of speeches about, growing up West Indian and what that meant for me. you're around a lot of, partying and a lot of, alcoholism even at a very young age.
Yes.
And sometimes we use the recycled lessons we learned from our parents as the blueprint on how to live our lives.
Yeah.
And so we keep doing this perpetual cycle, and we're limited by our brains to think what we've always thought.
Correct.
So
Wow. That's a bold statement
Yes,
there.
repeat that again.
Say that
for us.
again.
Yes.
Damn.
we are limited by our brains to think what we've always thought. So that's where I come in, a life coach, whether it be me or someone else. I implore everyone to, explore that option, because a life coach can come in and help challenge your perspective and challenge your mindset. And then so that you can look at things differently, because changing your paradigm will ultimately change your life. I wholeheartedly believe that.
I would tend to agree. Man, I need to talk to you.
You want to tell us a little bit about your background and stuff at all?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, my family is from Trinidad and Tobago
Trinidad.
in the Caribbean.
Music.
Yes. So I've been in Florida, since 1987. So I've essentially grown up here.
Yeah.
I'm married, 2 kids. And, it's quite interesting because my whole, my jam is mindset. It's all about the brain and challenging your mind to push beyond these self-limiting beliefs. And so it's a funny story, Natalie, that you might find interesting. My son is 11. And so on the way to school, that's our personal time. And I talked to him about all of this stuff. I talked to him about the primitive brain and the prefrontal cortex and how those two differ. He had to write a speech, and his speech in 6th grade was about the prefrontal cortex and how his brain isn't fully developed yet. So when parents actually get frustrated at children for not making the right decisions, it's because that part of their brain isn't fully developed.
Oh, I guess that's...
So we're giving them an excuse this early?
We are. Yes, girl, because science is backing them up.
Yeah, that's definitely me.
So when he jumps off the couch, I can say, Samuel, I know your prefrontal cortex is not quite developed yet, so it's okay.
And he's going to look at you like you're crazy with his big eyes.
It's actually quite interesting, though, because, it's not fully developed till we're, 25. They're even saying close to your 30s.
Really?
That is true.
It's very true.
And
especially in men, too, as far as boys to men. They develop even slower than women do and girls.
What is this part of the brain responsible for? Again, I think you just mentioned about for boys. I mean, what does it do?
So just really quickly, so there's the primitive brain, right? That's our main part of the brain that starts early. I call it the toddler brain. Okay. So that part of the brain likes instant gratification. It seeks pleasure and avoids pain.
Like Fortnite.
That part of the brain keeps you binge watching Netflix all day, right? Because it's comfortable.
It's primitive. It's easy.
It's primitive and it's easy.
And it comes natural.
Exactly. So it's comfort, right?
I like that.
So the prefrontal cortex is our more sophisticated side of the brain. That's the type of, or that part of the brain that takes a little bit longer to develop, but it's so much more mature. It allows us to plan outside of what's natural. So that's the one that's pushing you to maybe go to college or to maybe get that degree. Or, even starting this podcast, it's something different. Maybe it wasn't something natural that, oh, hey, I'm just going to do this.
It was not natural.
Right. So you push yourself kind of outside of that comfort zone.
Interesting. I never even thought about that part of the brain being responsible for those decisions that we make. It
has to do with logic, reasoning.
Wow. So that part of the brain separates a lot of us.
And urges.
In society. Oh, yes.
Urges is a big one because, sometimes we want to feed into that instant gratification back to the primitive brain.
Oh, I see. So that's all part of it.
So wait a minute. So
Uh-oh.
So this morning,
here we go.
Miss Rita bought in some donuts to our house.
Oh, here we go.
I did. I was trying to be a good guy.
She brought donuts, which, we usually, my kids don't get donuts. I was like, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
I wasn't mad at the donut. I actually
hold
loved
on. Well, we finished, though. So
this is going to be good.
So you bought the donuts. And so when by the time I get to the donut box, I open the donut box, there's 2 donuts. And I didn't see anyone else touch the donut box.
Donut ninjas were in the house.
So I'm like, oh, there's 2 left. Well, my younger one, I said, oh, you can have that one. And so Ian comes out a few minutes later. He's like, what happened to all the donuts? And I'm like, well, there was only 2 donuts. And I gave him one. He's like, no, there wasn't. And I said, well, Rita, how many donuts did you bring? 6. I said, 6? Well, what happened to the other 4 donuts? My child's prefrontal cortex was not working properly, or it's not fully developed yet.
He doesn't give a damn.
And he said he was hungry, so he ate 3. This is the kicker, though. He ate 3 donuts before I saw the 2 left. And then I gave him one, and he gladly took it. And
4
ate, so he had
donuts.
4 donuts.
Right.
So
no, wait, that 1, 2, 3.
It's 4.
No, that's did Noah? No, did Noah get
got
one?
one.
Okay,
Noah
so
got
yeah,
one.
so yeah, he ate 4 donuts.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, but now when you say all this,
Makes sense.
yes, because that's that instant gratification.
Yeah.
He was a little hungry.
He's not even thinking.
He
He
hadn't
just-
he hadn't eaten breakfast yet either. So I
No.
will give him.
Yeah,
that.
it's been
he ate the
several
one
hours.
donut to the next, to the next, to the next, and
Exactly.
so that's all that in the
Man,
play.
I mean,
Right.
wow, I didn't even think about that till you.
So now I have to
said
give
that.
him a little bit of grace.
So I'm not giving him nothing. He ain't eating no sugar today.
I understand it's your prefrontal.
Of course, yes,
yes.
exactly.
Is that what we're gonna use from now on?
I think so. We'll get shirts with PFC on it.
I can't even say the word prefrontal cortex timeout.
Yes.
Go over there.
Right, exactly. Well, they did a study, I don't even know how many years ago, which I found interesting because they said men who go into the army or the military, right, they're recruiting kids who are 18 years old, but their prefrontal cortex really can't make
Gotcha.
a logical, reasonable decision.
That makes. You know what? That makes so much sense.
And
So
they did a study, and
Wow.
so they did, guys that are 18 just graduating high school, and all of them said, yes, I'll go. Now, the same set, because they did the study, they waited till they were 25 and then asked them then, would you go into the military? None of them. Not one.
because they've had time to process and think a lot of things before then. When you're 18, you're not even thinking.
Well, no.
You just
And again, you're not fully developed to make a real judgment decision or sound decision.
do they take that into account when they do crimes and certain things?
No, but that's
No.
why a lot of people do things.
Well, that's
you know?
well, that's why when you
Especially
talk,
with like ADHD. Remember I told you about like I don't know if he really is, but I think he is. Like Jameis Winston, he does that football player. He makes
Tampa
all
Bay.
these crazy decisions. I'm like, I swear, I would put money on it that he's ADHD, and because that's part of your prefrontal cortex is deficient in that part of the brain,
like Noah,
with some of your executive functioning stuff. So
like Noah.
you ain't got.
You're so funny.
Noah's our oldest son. I'm
Yeah.
gonna mention him by name too. I don't care. I'll
You
be
can
fine.
call him by name. But in all seriousness, though, it makes it easier as a parent if you do understand the way the science behind the brain, like how that works, because maybe you'll be a little more patient when you're looking at them and you're understanding that they're making, maybe not the best decision, or they're not cleaning their room, they're not doing their chores, they're talking back, they're doing these things
Yeah.
because of that. But I mean, you don't want to attribute all of that
Right, of
to
course,
that.
there's a
And
balance.
Yeah, I never.
There's definitely a balance.
I up until you said this, I never even thought about this as an issue. I just thought they were just acting out and
They're-
just being, boys,
Being kids. Right.
whatever.
No, it is part of their brain development.
It totally is. And they also say that kids, they're pre-wired or hardwired for 2 things. It's either they want attention or they want independence. So there's usually going to be a power struggle there.
Ours is attention.
It's attention.
Oh, by far, it's not power because you ain't getting no power in this house. But
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Ian and I are that's why we were talking about this the other day. Kind of digress for a second, but
Digress.
but we're both so busy right now that we are not focusing enough on our kids, and we have to figure out how to pull back
A balance.
and find that
It's
balance
hard.
to give them more time and attention because they they need that. That's what kids want. That's what they want from their parent. They want to be loved.
yeah,
And
this week I
feel
took
loved.
out like an hour this week and watched TV with the young one before we went to bed.
Oh, that's so
And
nice.
the thing is, I even told my seminary professor, I was like, listen, I know my homework's due, but I'll skip that to hang out with my son. And then I'm staying up late
Yeah.
doing
finish
homework. Or like now, the homework's due tonight.
Mhm.
So after you leave, I'll be finishing up the homework. You know what I mean? But there's really other than that, there's no good way to balance it. You got to hang out. I think you got to spend time with the kids, but
Agree.
it's no matter what comes on in life, you got to spend that time with the kids because that's the only time you have.
Mhm.
I mean, it's
Well, it's limited, right? They're only
Yeah.
going to be kids for so long.
Yeah.
Right? And everything that we tell our kids becomes their inner voice. So it's very
I never thought about that.
it's very important that
That's
we're
why I-
conscientious.
Yeah, that's why I say things to you sometimes. You get very upset with me,
Oh,
but
I do.
But because I try to. I mean, no one's perfect, but when you do see it, I try to address it when you say certain things because it does bother them, and they've said it bothers them. So I know it's affecting them
Yeah,
Long
maybe
term.
I should start listening to you. Maybe
every now and again.
We'll see.
Every now and
Please
again.
go to my website.
Oh, yeah. Hey, yeah. Push it, man.
But one of the things I did want to talk to you about was losing like your self identity when you become a mom and a wife. Like, can you talk a little bit about that? Because for me, that's been a major thing. And now to be where I am, I've had to make a lot of changes over time. But it mainly was because I from having a Caribbean mother who did everything. I mean, my dad, he made breakfast, but she did everything else. And so I thought as a wife, my job is to say yes and to do everything. And in turn, when I did that, we've been married for almost 17. This will be 17 years this year.
17? Are you sure?
Yes. And
How
I spent 13 of those years doing everything for Ian and the kids. If Ian wanted to do this, okay, Ian, doesn't matter how it affected me or what I had to sacrifice for it. It's what Ian wanted to do. So that's what we should do. Because that's what I saw my mother do. She never told me these things, but I watched her as an adult, as a child, watched her doing these things and running the household. I mean, my mom was she was a nurse in England, but when we moved to America, she didn't want to go back to school because, she had me. So she became a CNA. And she would do like a 7 to 11, 11 to 7. Like she would do back-to-back shifts for back-to-back days. Sure. And she, worked so hard, and then she would still come home and she would have food we only ate out every once in a blue moon. There was food always cooked. Right. Only on Fridays they'd get McDonald's. If I had to be somewhere, I was taken there. I didn't do a lot of stuff when I was a kid, but she did all of those things. And I tried to do all of that, and I about imploded as a person.
It didn't work.
No, it didn't work at all. And I had to finally step back and be like, I don't care about anybody anymore. It's Natalie's show. And this is my life, and I'm going to do what I got to do for me. But that took a long time and a lot of torturousness, I guess, torturing of myself.
A lot of trial and error.
Yeah, in the name of, I have to be a good wife and mother. This is what I'm supposed to do. So can you talk a little bit about that? Give you a little long story around that.
That was a long introduction, by the way.
That's okay.
No, that was great.
I'm giving an example for her to start with. That's why.
It's really good insight,
Give
right?
me a hard time.
So kind of going back to what you were saying, you saw your mom doing these things, which she sounds like an amazing woman. But what you were doing, like what we said earlier, you're taking the blueprint of how she lived her life. You're taking the blueprint of how she lived her life, right? Mm-hmm. And using that as how you should be and how Natalie should be. So essentially you started playing a role in your own life. You weren't true to who you were. And I also did the same thing. So I had my daughter early. I totally was not ready to become a mom. And then I got married early because I got pregnant because, right, that's what we're supposed to do.
Right.
At least that's what I thought.
Right.
And so in doing that, then I became someone's wife and I became someone's mother. And then who was I? I completely lost my sense of self. And so it took years. It was not something that happened for me overnight. And then I went through years of counseling, therapy for myself with my husband, marriage counseling, to try to get this right. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of it has to do with our mindset. So you said you've already come to that heightened awareness that this is Natalie's world. This is my life. Just because that worked for your mother in that time in that society doesn't mean that that's right for you right now.
Right.
So, but you have to find a balance. So if whatever time Ian, wants or expects out of you, what your children expect out of you and what you expect out of you, we can't always be a people pleaser.
Right.
And you can't give from your tank if it's empty. So there needs to be time for yourself. There's been a shift I've noticed in the past couple of years where people look at it as, well, if I take time for myself, I'm being selfish. It's not selfish. It's self-care.
Right.
And more importantly than ever, emotional wellness is important. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to go into this business and have a heart-centered business to help women like you and like others see that we don't have to lose ourselves and put everyone else first and ourselves last. Okay. Life is so much more than that.
Right. So what is something like just a beginning step for someone out there who may say, hey, I think I'm that person. Like I do everything for everybody and I want to change. Like what is something that they can begin to do other than, it'll be great if they can come to you as a life coach or someone else. But if they can't at this moment in time or just something, a first step maybe that will eventually get them to where they can get the help.
One of the things which I like to do with all of my clients, and I think I would love for your listeners to put this into practice. A lot of us don't have goals. So one thing you need to do is ask yourself, what's my goal? Because that's the roadmap for success. If we're just going along life, living every day, how do you know that? What's the measurement of success if you're not trying to hit something? Mm-hmm. So whether that be a goal in business, a personal goal, relationship goal, there should be goals. And the second thing on top of that, and this is where we really miss the bus, is setting intentions. Who do I want to be today? How do I want to show up? Because if you think about it, a lot of people are just reactive versus responsive. So you wake up in the morning, you go to work, you start your day, somebody says something to you, or there's a circumstance or an issue, you react. Versus if you would have set an intention, let's say, I intend to be a patient person today.
Yeah, Ian, set that intention.
Why you call me out like that? I set myself up every day.
That we need that intention.
I'm very intentional.
We need that.
Actually, you're right. I do need to probably
Right.
set some goals.
You could totally set the goals, but set the intention because that's who I want to be today.
Yeah.
So now we're living a deliberate life.
You're
We're
right.
living life on purpose versus just always being in a reactive state.
Right. So like not just existing, but being an active participant in our lives.
In our life.
How do you get people to get out of that mode though? Because I think the majority of people out there in this just they're not really thinking. They're just like you said, just go. They and how do they become aware of their own self?
That's a good question, right? So did you know if you ask most people over the age of 30, hey, what's new? They'll say nothing's new. And that's mainly because we're all living in default mode.
Whoa.
Like
We're
little robots, are we?
We're autopilot.
Like the Matrix.
Uh-oh. Man. If I see Neo anywhere, I don't know.
Maybe we can bend backwards.
The red pill or the blue pill, buddy.
There you go,
Yeah.
right? So it's either you're going to stay in default mode or you're going to realize, you know what? I'm missing something. A lot of people feel like, you know what? My life's not too bad. You know, like I'm doing the thing. You know, I've checked off all the boxes this first half of my life, right? Maybe I got married. Maybe I bought a house. I had some kids. I'm checking the boxes off. But now we're here. And when you realize that something's not quite right, or maybe there's more to life, that's when you begin to look at things differently and change your mindset.
Interesting.
Yeah. See, for me, where I decided to change my life and turn things around. Well, partly I had like a major not a meltdown, but I felt like my life was about to lose control at any moment. But then also I'm a Facebook junkie. I'm always on Facebook. I would read my Facebook memories because I used to write a lot. You know, when something's new, you're just talking.
Yes.
You know, it's all
my
social media is
God,
all
help
new.
me.
I used to write so much crap on my Facebook. I don't do it as much now. I'm more of a meme sharer, but I used to write
man.
so much stuff.
She did.
And
Stop writing. You write too much.
And I would read my Facebook memories.
Yeah.
As the years have progressed, and I was like, oh my God, this memory is the same thing I feel today. And I felt that thing. That was, oh snap, that was 4 years ago.
How many years ago?
And I was just like, I'm in the same, every year goes by, I'm in the same place. I feel the same. Everything's the same and nothing is changing. And for me, that was like the light bulb. Plus I'm a little therapist lady, but that was like my light bulb for myself that, hey, your time is almost up on this earth. Every day that clock ticks, you're down another minute, second, hour, day on this earth. And how do you want to spend the rest of that time that you do have? Do you want to spend it with regret? Like, oh gosh, I wish I had, or, I'm like, no, I want to have accomplished something in my life. And that's where, once I got to that point, that's where things began to change for me.
The light bulb went off.
Yes. And then also, I guess you talked about therapists. I have a therapist. I used to go every week for a while when I was like really bad, but then now I go once a month. But she's also helped me to say like, I tell Ian no now. Before it was like, oh, but Ian wants to do this. I need to find a way to help him to do this. Now it's no, I can't do that. I'm busy. You figure it out, And before that was hard for me to do. I mean, I'm a people pleaser by nature, and I've had to learn to step back because I just want to help people.
I think you're right. I think most couples go through that where the moms just say yes, yes, yes all the time.
Yeah.
And then I'm telling you, and then the dads get very comfortable, but then they get mad when the mom or wife tries to change.
When they decide
then
to
they
do
get
something
frustrated.
different.
Why are you doing this? Because I went through that. So all you men out there, get over it. The thing is, it's true. You got to learn to realize that, there's two making this work, and, we got to find ourselves. This is a very good conversation.
Yes, I mean,
almost uncomfortable, but I'm glad we're having it.
Yes, because Ian, you were the spoiled guy,
Oh, I was very spoiled.
Everything was about Ian.
Bodybuilder,
everything he wanted
world
to
champion. Yeah.
Everything he wanted to do, he got to do, and I just kept watching on the sidelines. So, I know that mindset thing is a major thing. And for me, having changed some of my mindset, now I'm actually feel like I'm moving forward towards my goals. Right. It's very slow. It's been a long process. It's not something that happened for me overnight. Sure. But I have progressively moved, forward into changing that and reading things. And like, I think I have, there's a thing on Facebook, a page called Goalcast. Oh, have you ever heard of that?
I have not.
You should check it out. They got really good inspirational videos and different things. And so I have that, like, it's one of my first things. Like that's one thing I kind of learned a couple years ago. We were in debt, and I was like, I got to get out of debt. And then I did Dave Ramsey.
Mm-hmm.
And what I would do is I'd listen to his show every day for
Right.
the whole 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I realized by doing that, I was changing my thought process
Mm-hmm.
with money. And so now for me, I realized like if to change my mindset, I have to put those things that I need, those positive things into my mind. So like I use that Goalcast. I have it where it comes up as one of my first notifications.
Nice.
And then I watch the videos, or it'll have like a meme that says something positive and uplifting.
And that sets the tone for you
Right,
for the day.
right. So is there other things that people could do, like, or any other ideas that you have with that kind of thing too?
Well, I want to talk about what you said when you kept reading your Facebook posts from the memories, right? And you saw that it was the same thing and you weren't changing, right? Because so many of us, we live on the corner of complacent and stagnant.
Yes.
And so I commend you for realizing that you are not growing. You're staying the same, and then you made a change. And so a lot of the motivational videos and things like that, that's great. I love that. I listen to it all the time. I've actually replaced music in the car with podcasts, audiobooks, things like that. I think it's always one way to stay motivated is to keep learning and to keep, always keep moving forward. And I do want to mention to some of your listeners as well that if they're not familiar with what a life coach is, it's not therapy. So therapy or counseling is about therapy. Coaching is about thriving. When you get a coach, it's somebody
Interesting.
to help you to keep moving forward. So it's not where we're going to talk about your past and work through some feelings or emotions. We will work through self-limiting beliefs and all the falsities that I had mentioned before, but it's so much more than that. It's when, like Natalie, you said perfectly that you realized you weren't moving forward and you wanted to change. And then you started with the motivational videos and the workshops and everything that you went to. All of that's wonderful. And I really would love for your listeners to at least try to factor that in or incorporate that into their life. But when you get a coach, that's the consistent piece, and that's the accountability piece. Because you can go to a motivational seminar or listen to the videos and you're motivated, you're ready.
Oh, yes.
But then the day starts.
Oh, yes.
And then the husband or the kids or the wife or the dog, start. And then you just totally lose your focus. So that's where the difference comes in.
It takes purposeful action, though, to do all this. Like, you have to really think about what you want to do and what you want to change. And then you got to make a plan and stick with it.
You have to be committed.
Yeah, you can't.
Well, that's part of meeting with your coach, right? Like, how does that work if somebody were to come to you? How does that work?
As far as
like, some of the things that like just high level, like that you would cover, or what would a session kind of go? Just so someone would make, because you're like, well, I don't know how's that, but just so they can get a little idea of how the experience might be.
So, thank you for asking that question. So what I offer is a free 20-minute discovery call. And so what that means, if you're thinking that maybe coaching could be right for you, or maybe you just want to explore and see, you jump on a call with me. And what we do is we talk about your goals. We talk about what is it that you want, or what do you feel is missing? There's two types of people in this world. There are people who are running towards something and people who are running away from something. So
Sounds like a sermon.
There's no one that's standing still. Can we just be standing still? Because like if you're not that person going forward, you're like, oh damn, that means I'm going away. Like really?
Oh, yes.
well, no, you're absolutely right. There's a lot of people who are standing still, but if you're interested in finding a coach and you're actually you're curious about it, you're typically either running toward or away from something. Like, I don't want to fail or I want to succeed.
Okay.
So it kind of goes either or. And then I really just want to understand what is it that they want to accomplish, because a coach is like a gym membership. You're going to get in what you put out.
I need to get a coach. Damn.
Oh yeah, I've been wanting to get one. I just been waiting.
I think I'm going to do that.
Saving all my money for our trip, but after my trip, I said I was going to get me a
we're
coach.
going-
Hello. I wonder where you could find one.
I
don't
might
know.
do. I'm so sorry. I might do that after we get back from our Europe trip. I think I need a little bit more focus in this point in my life moving forward. Just a little bit more focus. I tend to, my brain goes a million. It's really hard for me to concentrate on doing something, no matter what it is. I have to really work, no matter what it is, studying, you name it. I have to work extra hard. It doesn't come natural for me to do those things.
So one of the things that I would ask you as a coach is, what's your big why?
Why what?
Why are you doing any of the things that you're doing?
Damn, that's a good question.
And then we start to think in outcomes.
Why are you laughing at me? Stop laughing, Natalie.
I'm sorry. Hold that thought. I'm going to say this.
Nope.
When it
don't
talks
say
about
it.
the why.
Don't say it.
So over 10 years ago,
Oh,
Ian
God.
said,
Why do you have to go back in the past,
Ian
man?
said, it's because it's also our present.
Oh, God.
Over 10 years ago,
You gotta bring up old crap.
Ian was called, because I said, when I say decided, he gets very upset and offended. He was called, he felt that he was called into the ministry.
Okay.
And I wish back then I had asked that why more to him, because it's not that none of it's a bad thing, and not that
You can't answer the why call when you first get called. That's part of the call process.
I'm just saying though, it's like, because you were like, I want to do this, and I was like, okay, are you sure about this? 'Cause
Well,
it's not what.
I don't think this applies to this. It's a little different for that. I mean, it is. It's a lot more levels involved.
I know, but I just don't know. I just feel like that. I think if you had maybe had a deeper why within you, to start, like if you had really, I don't think you introspected. I think you just kind of
can't introspect the call.
You were just kind of like, I'm doing this, and I was like,
I'm
well,
telling you, I can't explain it, but you can't introspect the call to do ministry. It's very hard to explain. You can't introspect it at the time. That's why if you talk to anybody in ministry, all of us have the same similar stories. We all come from different backgrounds, but we all have the same call. And when we sit and talk about it, we're like, dang, you did it too? Yeah. And then we always wonder, how did we end up here?
It's 10 years later. Ian's still in school 10 years later. But
Still in school. Almost done,
he's
though.
doing it cash. We don't want to have any debt. So
No debt. Cash part-time.
Yes. So
yeah.
that's
So
fine.
I'm almost done, though.
Yeah, but that's good. Can you,
that's awesome.
go back to your why, please? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's deep.
I just thought about that though with your seminary.
Messed me up, man.
Sorry. Yeah. So back to the why.
Go ahead.
Back
Yeah,
to the
sorry.
So back to that. So anytime we're doing something, I don't know if you guys have ever encountered this, but you're motivated, you're excited, and then you lose speed, you lose momentum, and then maybe in a couple more months, then you're like, oh yeah, I remember that old goal. Let me dust the cobwebs off and start that again, and then again,
This podcast.
we lose speed. Right. So then when we think about what is the big why, and you like your why, then that is when you will stay committed, and that's when you'll stay motivated.
Interesting. I wonder if that would work for Noah.
Well, I do that I think with my job, I do that. Like, because I'm like, why? Because I'm helping customers. They need this service. If I don't get this service, that's what keeps me pushing at my job to do that. Because some people are like, oh, it's just a phone. But I'm like, people need service. People need internet, kind of thing. So I think that's why I've always kept me moving. I never thought about that, but yeah, that's my
So
why.
you've been doing it, but you just don't know you've been doing it.
Well, I've always said because people need service. That's why I do it.
Oh.
But I never consciously was like, that's my why. I never had that.
Who wakes up? Hey, what's my why? It's
You should put it on your board. That's my why.
That's my why. And I do. I actually tell my clients
Oh, really?
to put a sticky, note, put it somewhere that you can see it, and you put what your why is.
I'm gonna do
Natalie's
this.
point, you think in outcomes. Try doing that instead of, this is a daunting task. I don't feel like doing this. Why are you doing it? Think of the outcome, and that will help you to finish it and complete it.
See, like doing your project management that you don't like. So you have to try to find that why that's what I was trying to explain to you the other day.
It's fear.
It's fear.
That's what it is. I mean, that's what it always is. Every
False
decision I make,
evidence appearing real.
but
Yes.
but I overcome my fear. I don't let the fear stop me ever from moving forward. So I'll take a fear, think about it, and I'm like, and then I'll just keep going. Like I don't
That's great.
sit on it. The fear.
You've been going complaining. That's what you've been doing.
I'm not complaining.
It's like that long car ride where it's like, oh, we ever going on this great, beautiful car ride, and the whole time the person's in the car bitching and
Oh,
moaning.
shit.
That's you.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, I
That's
do.
him in his current status because he's doing project management at work, and he doesn't like. I'm an engineer. I'm not a project manager.
Well, it's not that I don't like it. I'm just, it's fear. That's what it really comes down to, is this fear of the unknown. So, and I know I can do it. I can do anything I really want to do. It's not a matter of fact, but I've always been this way from a little boy.
Right.
That's why I've had trouble in school, my schoolwork, my test. I think about the worst before it even happens. You kind of set yourself up, and I've had to force myself to not think that way, because if you think that way, the result comes. So I've had to work extra hard when these little fears come to say, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to stop doing this until I succeed. That's what I like. I have to overcome the fear and the anxiety that I have and just keep going. And that's what I do. I don't want people to think that I'm this guy that's successful because I don't have fear. Of course, I think a lot of people have
Everybody has fear.
hesitation and fears to do stuff. But when I make a decision to do something, I just do it.
Yes, that's the one thing about him I will say is like I admire the most is his term. Like he does say no matter, and it's like he stays the course.
Yes.
Like no matter what, you're not getting. Ian, what about no, we're not doing that because I'm doing this right now. And I don't have that ability whatsoever.
Right.
I mean,
You're
I'm
committed to it.
I'm fluid, but he's going, I'm training for this bodybuilding competition. Okay, well, when are you going to be home? I don't know, but I'm going to train for this
When
bodybuilding
I'm
competition.
done.
Yeah, right. You know, he's like, you know, but that's just him. But that determination is what helps him achieve his goals and have and be able to have the accomplishments. 'Cause I mean, he did that bodybuilding thing, and we almost broke up and everything over
Yeah,
it. But
divorce.
But
That's right.
But he stuck to it, and he saw the fruits of his labor. I mean, because after only his second competition, he won first place. You know, after he did the first one, he's like, next one, I'm gonna win. And I was like, okay, say so. I mean,
Look at
Well,
that.
that was a goal, right?
yeah.
That's what it is. Once I have a goal in my head, like a goal, and I'm focused on it, then I get that goal. Like there's no not getting the goal. That's what I'm telling you. I'm that person that
Right.
when I put a goal in my head, let's say I put a goal. I want to be.
Like even this podcast. Oh my gosh.
Why are you shaking your head like that? That's the worst thing ever.
No, but the podcast was too, because you were like, I'm going to do a podcast. And I'm like,
Rita.
well, I said, no, but hold on. Yeah, I'm not saying anything bad. It's not bad. I'm just saying, he said, I'm doing a podcast. And I'm like, you don't even know how to do a podcast. I don't care. I'm going to do one. I'm going to learn. And I'm like, well, so-and-so, I have a friend whose husband does podcasts. I'm like, well, talk to so-and-so. And he went and talked to him, got all the stuff. All of a sudden I see packages coming every minute to the house. And
That's awesome.
and everything. And all of this is Ian. I just show up and I just talk, you know.
You hear that?
But he has,
say it again.
I just show up and talk.
That's
Ian
right.
does everything. He does everything. But he accomplished all of this. And sometimes I'm like, Ian, the kids are hungry. I got to finish this podcast stuff. And I'm like, well, we need this, you know, but you know, that focus is necessary to meet a goal, and you can't do it all. But I always had that hard time with,
She's very
the kids
fluid.
need me.
Right.
The things need, but he can just shut that off and stick to what he knows he needs to do to get his goal. So, I mean, it's not a bad thing.
No,
Ian.
I understand what you're saying. That's just me. That's just how I'm inherently built, you know. But a lot of people I meet, you know, over the years, they're not like that. They hesitate.
Right.
They'll argue about something. I don't like this. I don't like this. I wish I could change. I'm like, well, you can change. And I tell them, you can change. What do you mean? I'm like, you can make a choice. You can look for another job. You can do anything you want to do. You don't have to stay here and remain in your current situation. Like you have this choice to get up and change your life, you know.
That is hard for
But the
people to
majority
see.
of people
That's
cannot
Very
do
hard.
it.
Yeah.
It's
Because it's fear.
It's a fear, and it's it's literally a fear. Like,
Is it only fear? I mean,
what is it? Yeah.
A lot of it is fear. Sometimes it's
of
fear
what?
Fear of failure, fear of success. People are actually afraid to succeed.
That's
It's a great
Rita. That's Natalie. 190%.
Oh wow.
I'm giving you the side eye right
Oh,
now.
no,
Ian. I'm
no,
giving
no.
you the
She
side eye.
totally side-eyed.
Oh, listen, she's brilliant, right? She's always had thoughts over the years. Now she's doing this thing. And I said, Natalie, what are you afraid of? She's like, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Natalie, I said, I think you're afraid of being successful because she's brilliant with her, she has these great ideas. I'm like, yeah, that's good.
Right.
And then she just, as it starts going, she goes, "Arr," and just kind of backs off. Now, this has been a thing over the last years. This has not like happened once. This happened multiple times. And I'm like, Natalie, I was like, you can do it. Like, I argue and complain, but I have to literally work to do these things. She just has them, and all she has to do is just fall. If she falls through with any of her ideas, they'll work.
Right.
But she'll
knock it out of the park.
what she does, she'll start and go. And I'm like, and Natalie, what happened to that idea of so and so? Well, you know.
Well, Natalie, do you
That's
like
true.
your why? Why you're even doing
I won this one today.
any of these other things?
I don't even know.
So maybe that's something you need to take some time and look at.
Maybe
Because
you need a coach.
that will take you to the next level if you like your why and you're committed to it. And then once you have it, put it on a sticky and put it somewhere you'll see it every day. And let's see how that works.
I've discovered my why. I think I've discovered my why.
Okay.
It's about helping people and helping others. I guess get past their own whys and fears and that kind of stuff. That's my thing.
Okay.
Help people make changes in their life, positive changes.
So going back to what you were saying, Ian, about you being dedicated and focused and all of those things.
Yes.
So many people, if you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right.
Yes.
So it's either or.
Yes.
So when they have the fear, right, it's crippling.
Yes. I've seen it in people my whole working career.
Right.
It's a thing, and I can't even describe it. When you talk to them, it's almost like you open their eyes and realize you have a choice. Like, you don't have to sit there. The fear is worse than what's actually happening to them.
Right.
It's the thought but it's not really happening, but they think these things are going to happen, but it's not actually real.
Right.
It's their mind. And so it cripples them to do anything. They just stay there. I'm safe here in my space, in my situation. I'm not doing anything.
And that's the primitive brain holding you back.
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
Because I want to stay safe. I don't want to go outside of my comfort zone.
Every person that every job I've ever met, the majority of people, they argue about it. And when I talk to them, I say, why don't you just leave? No one leaves. Everyone's scared. And then when I leave, they're like, Ian, I can't believe you left. That's what I always hear. Ian, I can't believe you left. I'm like, why can't you believe I left? I just never thought you'd leave. I'm like, I told you if I make a decision to leave, I'd leave. There's no turning back. It's I have a goal to make and I just leave. That's it.
Right.
I don't let that stop me. And a couple of people called me afterwards and, man, I really appreciate you do that. You made me think a little bit about my life, your actions make me think about what I need to do. I'm like, oh, well, I'm good for something. Damn.
Yeah. That fear can really, there's a lady I worked with once, great lady. I loved her to death. But every time it was her turn to do the meeting, she would call out sick. She would swap.
I know who you're talking about, but I'm not going to say her name.
And our group may have only had about
maybe
13 or 14 people.
I know
but
who it
she
is.
was definitely afraid of having to run. Everyone had to run the meeting each month. Somebody different ran the meeting, and she was just definitely afraid of. And I sat there. I watched her. I was like, "What are you?" I couldn't comprehend and understand.
Be something from childhood.
I don't know, but it was crippling for her.
Right.
And I was like, wow, it's really not that bad if you just did it. But she ended up leaving before she had to ever do it. So she never, ever, she always swapped or she called out or something. But she was like adamantly opposed that she could not do that meeting.
It's that fear you're talking about.
And that was like
wow.
Because for me, it was like, all you do is you just introduce a couple of things and you don't do much. But for her, it was like having to jump off a cliff with no parachute. That's what for her.
Oh my God, I couldn't.
That's how I felt her fear. I could feel her anxiety.
You feel that energy.
Yeah,
right.
that she had and how scared she was about it. So
I felt
I guess
way.
that fear. To be that crippled, but and that's what keeps holding people back. So,
it does.
But how do
you meet a lot of people like that are just that fearful? They want to change, but because of this fear, they can't.
Definitely, people are just too afraid. One, to actually show people who they are, right? It's human nature to wear a mask.
Oh, yes.
And we allow people to see the version of ourselves that we want them to see.
Oh, yes.
So that's one.
Wow.
And then the second part of that is if we allowed ourselves to feel any emotion, we would actually open up the world so much bigger to ourselves because we're afraid of judgment. We're afraid of ridicule, failure, right? So those are probably reasons that woman you were talking about didn't want to put herself out there. She didn't want to feel those things, but what if we felt it and it was okay?
Right. And that's what I tried to, but I could not get through to her. She was not having it.
Right. I'm sure you tried to explain that to her. But
that's built in.
So with clients, when we talk about that stuff and we kind of knock down those barriers, like it is okay to feel it.
Yeah.
It's okay to be afraid. Do it anyway.
Yep. I agree.
Quality of life is so important. And this is one of the things one of the mantras that I really kind of trying to drill into people, especially in my age group, right? Because I'm in my 40s. So when we look at life and there's more time behind us than there is in front of us, that's when we realize that we really need to have a good quality of life.
Wow.
We can't keep it staying in autopilot.
No,
it's
you're
just
right.
Not going to work.
Because you only got, I keep telling myself, you only got one shot at this, Natalie. Only one shot at this life.
Right.
Now, if there's an afterlife, so be it. But you only got one on this earth at this point in time.
Yep.
That's it.
Life is not a video game.
No, it's not.
You don't get to come
if you
back
mess
two
up.
or three times.
Right?
Right. You got
that sucks.
You got one.
This ain't Mario.
Infinity Life Contra.
So there you go.
I know we need one of those codes for life.
I wanted to ask you guys, because I heard one of your previous podcasts, and I know, Natalie, you've talked about your love language, which is acts of service. Have you ever done it with the kids?
I have a book, and I gave it to my friend to use that was actually about like your children's love languages.
Right.
So yes and no. I think, well,
Our kids got love languages?
yeah, they do. Because Noah's is love, and I think his is more touch and feeling. And then my younger one,
Have they ever taken the test? The
no,
quiz?
I haven't done the quiz for them. Maybe I should.
You should. There's
Wow.
one
Our
specifically
kids?
geared to their age group.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's kids and then there's teens. So I asked my kids to take them, and they actually recently just took it again.
Is it online?
It is.
Oh,
It is.
okay.
You just Google 5 love languages, the quiz, and then it breaks it down.
So
for
5
the-
love languages quiz. Just Google that.
Google that, and
Okay.
there'll be ones for couples. There's also for, like I said, teens and kids.
I'd be in. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what our friend did. The one I gave the book to. She said that
Oh, yes.
it made a huge difference
That's
with
right.
her and her teenage son.
That's right.
Because her teenage son, he was
Yeah.
going through that I think
Attitude.
that angry phase of life.
Attitude.
And she realized that she was actually kind of nagging him, like the way her approach was. But now she said she's taking a more loving approach, and now she's seeing the changes in him towards her.
Amazing.
So yeah. And I mean, it
And
does,
so
it does
that
make a
goes back
difference.
to how they're pre-wired. So he's wanting more independence, and he thinks his mom is nagging, and she changed her approach in how she communicated and showed love. And so I'm sure that made a difference.
Yes, yes,
Interesting.
the showing the love, because he was kind of he wants to be a little tough guy.
Oh, he
And-
does.
and I think, but it was just interesting because I lent her the book and I had only kind of browsed. I hadn't
Skimmed through it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hadn't got a chance. But I mentioned it to her, so you wanted to read it, so I gave it to her. But she said it made a huge difference for her and her son's relationship.
That's
so
good.
I'm gonna have to definitely
Yeah, try that. And for me, for my kids, so my daughter's going to be 17 this year. So when she was at the Dora watching age, when she was a child.
yes.
I know that age well.
Remember that age?
Yes.
So
Every day.
for her, it was her thing was quality time.
Uh-huh.
And then when she was in middle school, I asked her to take it again, and it was gifts. Big surprise, right? Yeah, gifts.
all about the stuff and
Of
all
little
course.
stuff.
the
of
stuff,
course, yeah.
buying stuff at Justice,
Oh,
like
yeah,
that was
of
her
course.
jam.
Oh, just that.
So now that she's 16, she just took it a couple of nights ago, and hers is actually words of affirmation.
Wow. So it has. So she's changed.
It's-
She-
that's
she
very
has
important
changed.
too to know.
But that's what you want,
that.
though. You don't want to see your kid flatline. You do want to see growth and transformation kind of along the way.
And I want to make sure as a parent that I'm supporting her and showing her love, because I have to actually change my approach, because we're talking about college and we're talking about certain things. And as a parent, I'm trying to help her, but the way I'm saying it, she thinks I'm not supporting her. So I've had to change my approach. And the reason that I brought that up is because when you guys were talking about the kids, and it is the family mess, right? That's the name of the
That's
podcast.
right.
That maybe, and that you don't have enough time. You're trying to balance that time to spend with the kids. Maybe it's not about quantity. It's about quality. If you can figure out what their love
that's
language
true.
is.
That's interesting.
Yes, thank you for that.
Hey, I never thought about that. Don't charge us for that, okay?
Not at all. That's a freebie.
Yeah, that is very important.
Find out what they like, and then actually spend the time that you do spend with them doing that.
Right,
And
it's
then
quality over the
it's
quantity.
Actually, even though it's less time, the quality time that's spent
Right.
seems to them it's a big. It's a damn. Why is it we didn't think of that before?
Right.
See, that's why you're here today.
That's
see?
why I'm here.
Interesting.
Because you may think spending quality time with them, like you said, you took the time, you put your homework on.
Yeah, and I watch because he loves to watch like these cartoons. He has a specific cartoon, and his thing is I like to watch cartoons with my dad.
So
That's
his
his,
is probably quality time.
Yeah, like
So it'd be interesting to see.
no, his is time. I mean,
his
For
is
sure.
definitely time.
like what do you say? I have to take him on spring break somewhere.
Yeah.
to-
There's something-
Yeah,
well, we realized we had to spend more time alone. Like we don't do
One-on-one.
enough one-on-one with each child. We always just all go together and we do stuff.
Right. The
and that-
dynamic is so different
Yes.
when you do one kid.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think me and Noah went to a soccer game a couple weekends ago, but I told Natalie, I was like, I have to take Samuel out for a day. Me and him have to hang out the whole day. And all Samuel wants to do with me, he doesn't care.
Right.
He doesn't care where we go. He just wants to be with me. So I told her, I'm like, he doesn't care. As long as he's with me, we're doing
Right.
stuff. That's all he cares about. So that's why I have to kind of spend time with him alone, because that's what he wants.
That's what he wants.
Yeah, he doesn't care about nothing. All he wants is to hang out with daddy. So I'm like, well, I'm going to go do something. He doesn't care what it is. As long as we're driving in the car together somewhere, he gets to listen to the music and be with me. That's all he cares about.
Right.
He doesn't care about nothing else. He just wants the time.
Right.
Without
You're
his
so simple.
without
at
his
this
brother.
age
Yeah,
to
without his
them.
brother there.
Yes.
That's what it is. Because when his brother's there, he can't. Yeah, he
It's
can't.
the bickering.
Brother,
and
yes,
the,
yes.
And
yes.
he doesn't open either. He doesn't share everything when his brother's there. But when his brother's not there, it's like, Daddy, this and that. Then he starts talking more.
Right.
Yeah, so that's they're two different kids, but man, you gotta.
Right.
They're
You
polar
got-
opposites.
You got to cater to the different
Yeah,
kids,
yeah,
right?
it's-
and then as parents, that's how we fill their tank.
Told you.
So.
The empty hours, we fill theirs. Told you.
But you got to take time to fill your own tank.
Yes.
And even
Were you
relationship
listening?
wise.
Were you listening to my seminary teacher last week? Were you in class with me? He said that's
Yeah,
what he
see,
said.
relationship wise, no falling asleep every night. Yep. Staying up late.
Why
falling
you
asleep.
gonna bring up old crap?
That's
Listen,
not old. That's yesterday.
Rita, this week has been rough, right? We've been trying to, because couples have to hang out and make time for each other.
I agree.
But she's been busy all week.
Oh.
Wait, let me explain myself.
Pump the
first.
brakes.
Listen, we've both been busy all week, and I've been tired, so tired.
See,
Taking Noah to soccer practice.
You hear we're both busy, but someone's so tired.
Now wait, don't jump. Wait, don't 2-on-1 yet. Don't listen. Let me explain. So, during the end of the week, what happened yesterday?
You went to sleep. You spent your time doing your homework, and then you went to sleep.
All right, Rita, what time do you go to bed at night?
what time?
Yeah, what time is good
I
for
would
you?
love to go to bed by 10:30, but it's usually about midnight.
Okay, well, argument's done then. I can't have no arguments because that's what time we go to bed.
Well, it's
What
usually
time?
around 11. It's around 11 o'clock, 11:30.
Yeah. So this week we've both been busy, extremely
Sure.
busy. So it's Friday. Friday's usually laid back here.
Mm-hmm.
So I was tired. So I was like, how late we were cleaning the house last night. Don't lie.
No. You decided to do your work. And
Yeah,
when
my
you do your
homework.
work, I said, well, I'm going to do a little cleaning because I got things to clean up. So I did that while you did your homework.
Yes.
When he was done with his homework,
Yeah.
now I'm like, okay, well, let's hang out for a little bit. Let's chat. I like to chat
It was
before I go to sleep.
12:30 at night.
I go in the room, lights off, homeboys curled up, rolled over,
Rita, it
curled
was-
up in a blanket.
She was
And
mad.
I'm just like, where my time at? All week,
Right.
you've been staying up late. It's Friday night.
No, I
you
was-
can at least give me 10 minutes. I like to have like a 10-minute conversation before I go to bed.
It was 12:30. It was. Now I agree with her. No, I'm not even arguing. I agree with her. I probably should have stayed awake
Mm-hmm.
and made the 10 minutes. I agree. That's why she was mad at me this morning when I woke up and
So
looked at
then
her face.
this morning he's all wanting to cuddle on me, and I'm like,
I wanted
don't
something
want
this
to bother with you
morning,
now. It's too late.
and she didn't give me nothing.
I
She just
went.
looked
I
at
went
me.
this morning. I'm like, I
Dead in
don't
the
even
face.
want to hug with you. I don't want to hug you. Just
Dead
leave
in
me
the face
alone.
at me this morning again, looking at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah,
So now she's gonna be trying to hang out with me later.
No.
We're done. We're
Nope.
done with this.
I ain't hanging out with you. You lost your chance yesterday when I wanted to hang out, but I wanted to chat.
Do you go through? I know we've off topic a little bit, but are those some of the things that happen with you and your husband? I mean, similar,
where you get busy and
where you get
don't
busy,
have time for
or,
each other?
or even with you doing your vocation now, do you kind of run to that at times?
So
Or-
early on, because we've also been married, this year will be 17 years as
Yeah,
well.
just like us. Yeah.
Yeah. So 17 years married, almost 20 together. And so early on, it was bad. Like we were button heads. We weren't on the same page. We weren't speaking the same love language. So we had a big problem with that. And
Ah.
especially our schedules were off.
Crazy.
He would work,
Yeah.
the night shift. I would work
Oh
the day
man.
shift.
So that makes it even worse.
and then throw in an infant.
Right.
Oh, man. How did you guys must have killed each other?
Oh my God. We were on the brink of divorce for sure.
Oh, see, I
We
told
were.
you other couples were just like us.
I never said they weren't.
Oh,
Well, we
Yeah.
almost split up. It is what it is, bro. People get divorced all the
it
time.
is hard to stay married.
I don't believe that anymore.
I do. I still believe it, but I see your mindset though. I do agree if you.
Is
Find
my
a
mind
place.
Okay, wait,
is
hold
my
on.
mindset showing?
And why,
No, no.
why is that? Why do you say that?
So we've come to communication is key, right?
I like this. I want to hear this. This is a
Commun-
different show, but let's bring it
Yeah,
in.
we gotta wrap up. But yeah, but definitely let's
No.
let's
Oh,
finish
no,
on
no.
this
I
topic.
wanna hear
No,
this.
I want to hear it too.
This is great.
So, well, for me,
I love
right?
this.
So communication is key. And then us working separately on ourselves and then also working as a couple together, we developed a plan. We were able to vocalize exactly what we needed. And to your point, Ian, when you said earlier, when you get focused on something, you do it. So if you know that Natalie needs something and her tank isn't being filled, it's like a flower. It's like a garden. If you don't water it, it's never going to grow. So you can't expect her to be responsive to you. She's being reactive because you didn't fill her tank last night. But then to
I'm
that
sitting here nodding my head.
Get your ass out of here.
but then to the same point though, Natalie, now Ian is not tired anymore and you can't give him the cold shoulder.
Oh, don't
because-
tell me that.
Thank
Oh,
you.
You can't tell me
Thank
that.
you, Jesus.
Because then you're not filling his tank. So as a couple, my husband and I, we had to agree to fill each other's tank and be consistent with it. And if one isn't
Yeah.
feeling
I
love,
like his
we
car
talk about
parked. I like his car parked empty with no gas in there, so I can keep going.
Yes.
He's stuck.
Okay, so I know you said we're just about at the end of time.
Oh yes, we're about to wrap up now. Please,
Wait, hold on, Ian. She wants to go to something.
But earlier,
Oh, sorry.
But earlier, I asked each of you to pick a card.
Oh yes.
Just as I like to do this with couples.
I got my
and
card right
so
here.
I want Natalie. I asked each of them to pick a card, and the other one doesn't know what it is. It's supposed to be something that is about their strengths or about how they see themselves. So, Natalie, would you read what card you picked?
Supportive.
Now, Ian, why do you think Natalie picked that as a strength?
Oh, because that's what she does. But she's supportive of everybody around her.
Give me an example.
Her taking care of her mother, because her mother's not doing well right now, so she makes a commitment to take care of her a couple days a week. The best she can. But she does, and at the same time, she tries to take care of us by cooking. And I know she gets mad sometimes because I don't cook when I come home, but sometimes Ian, just cook this. And then she leaves and I cook, but she takes care of the kids, takes kids to their appointments. Mm-hmm. I think she supports everybody sometimes too much to a fault.
Okay.
But she supports everybody around her. She doesn't want to see anybody around her fail.
Right.
Especially her family members. She tries to encourage them and help them to a fault and I'm just sitting back going like this. I'm like, you can't help everybody, but she doesn't care. She wants to help them, encourage them.
Right.
And, that's her deal. That's what gives her. Somebody let the damn dog in. See the dog barking in the background? It's those damn kids. All right, but supportive.
And then, so what card did you pick, Ian?
I picked caring because I'm a caring person. Go ahead, Natalie.
Natalie, why do you think
Tell
you
me about
picked that?
myself. Look at her face. Shocked.
I thought he would have picked like determined or something. What do I have to?
Don't make up any lies. Go ahead.
I have to say he's caring.
No, why do you think he picked caring? Why do you think he picked that card to describe himself?
I think he picked that card to describe himself because that's who he would like to be. Not that he's an uncaring person, but I don't see the caring as a.
Damn.
I don't know.
I didn't see that coming.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I guess I should be more positive, but I don't know.
You see this? You see this right here?
Okay,
I mean, just to be honest, I don't.
That's okay.
To be honest,
This is podcast
I'm sorry,
gold, by
Ian.
the
I'm
way.
sorry.
Oh, I'm not hurt.
I'm supposed to be wrapping up, but I'm not trying to be negative.
I'm not hurt. I'm
but,
not hurt at least.
As one
I'm
of
fascinated.
his more, I wouldn't say that's a dominant trait that I see from him. He's getting better at it.
Sure.
But that's not. I don't see that as who he truly is.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say it like that, but that's just. I mean, that's just.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm not hurt.
My perspective.
No, but this is just a fun little exercise I like to do with couples. So, Natalie, when Ian said why he thought you were supportive, like it's nice to hear,
Yes.
right?
So
It's
I guess I
nice
need
to hear.
be more.
It's nice to hear that that's how he sees you, and he appreciates and loves that about you, which is really nice. So, on the flip side, though, Ian, because Natalie doesn't actually see that, maybe that is a teachable moment or a learning moment for you.
Yes, it is. I have to start taking steps to be more caring or show more, I don't know, more stuff, I guess.
Yeah, because he gives me more of his love language.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't give me
Your
love
love
language.
language.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He's very good at giving me his love language. He's excellent at it. But I receive it and I try to receive it as best I can.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the other day I told him, I know you're not romantic, so I focus on the other parts of you that are other good things that you do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same kind of thing, in this respect. So I'm sorry, but
Why are you apologizing?
I know I feel bad. I feel like I'm being negative, but I mean, I was like, I don't.
No,
I don't think you're being negative.
You're being honest, and you shouldn't apologize for that. Like, there's a lot of opportunity.
I don't think it's.
For,
I don't feel bad
for
about it.
growth in every relationship.
I think some men would feel bad about that, but
I mean, he's come a long way from where he was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think instinctually Ian. I think this is part of how he was raised in his family. He's selfish instinctually, but he does try to not be that way and move past that part of himself, so he does put a conscious effort. So I do appreciate that, Ian.
Well, there's definitely something beautiful between the two of you. You make it work. You have a good relationship.
It's crazy.
So just remember, though, that the garden won't grow if you don't water it.
I like that. The garden. We have a garden in the backyard right now.
That's a great way to end. And yes. We haven't watered it. We haven't planted any seeds yet.
No,
so that's why we got to go. We got to go get planting, Ian, on our relationship in our garden. We can make that garden represent our marriage. And if it dies, well, we know what happens.
Well, guys, thank you so much for the
Oh,
opportunity
yes.
to come on and chat with you. I could probably chat with you for hours.
You can go ahead and
Thanks
tell
so much for
everybody
coming.
your-
I'm so glad to have met you
Thank
today.
you.
Tell everybody your Facebook page, all that stuff.
Facebook, Instagram,
Whatever
everywhere
it has,
you want
go
us
ahead
to
and
find you.
go ahead and spit it out now.
Oh, well, thank you so much. So, yes, so Rita Baksh. My last name is B as in boy, A apple, K kite, H Henry, S Sally, H Henry. It's a difficult last name, but if you just put in Rita, RIDA, you'll find me. I'm on Instagram. Yes, Instagram, Facebook. I also have my website. So
What's your website?
it's ritabaksh.com.
All right, spell your last name again.
So I'll
Just
spell
do all the letters.
I'll do all the letters actually. So it's RIDABAKHSH.com. I know it's like ABCDE. It's
Is there a phone number if anyone wanted to call you to reach out or text or something like that?
Thank you. Yes, my office number is 407-554-5667. And as I mentioned, I do offer free 20-minute discovery calls. So if anybody's interested, I should say, learning more about a life coach, or if I could be of service to you, please, I invite you to, check out my website, check out my social, and let's get you moving forward, because that's
Okay.
what I'm here to do.
So it's your name on Instagram and Facebook?
It is.
Okay. On Twitter, you tweet?
I do tweet. I'm not as active on Twitter, but please, and Ian, you'll put everything in the show
Yes,
notes
yes.
if somebody
Yep.
wants to find me.
It'll be up probably next. Actually, we have one. It'll be up a week after we put it out every 2 weeks. So I'll try to get that
Okay.
up.
Wonderful.
And man, this was a good show. I learned a lot about
Thanks
myself.
for bringing your bright spirit into our home.
Oh yes, you're welcome anytime.
Thank
That's
you
awesome.
for having me.
I like this. It's a good show. We're gonna be famous one day.
You could be famous. I'll stay in the background.
Oh, but everybody is listening. You can join us at Apple Podcasts. I wrote it down this time. Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer. I don't know what the hell Deezer is. Podcast Addict and Podchaser. You can join us at our Facebook page, The Family Mess hyphen. Is the hyphen the dash?
Yeah, dash.
Hyphen podcast, Instagram at The Family Mess, Twitter, The Family Mess at Family_Mess. Now that sounds good. Join us in all the forums.
That is a hot mess right there, Ian.
Hey man, join us on all the forums. Feedback, reply, subscribe, like, everything.
Yes, please tell your friends if you like the show. Tell others. Share on your Facebook and your Instagram and all that good stuff.
Join us for another fun-filled episode as we take you into our mess. And God bless.
Hey guys, welcome to the Family Mess. I'm Noah. And have a nice day.
I love the family mess. Oh!